Share?
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Jeff Caruso! Yay! Congratulations! 1 year, my friend.
You are a freak. What are you doing?
I called Cher and she couldn't come, but she sent me this shirt.
That's so nice of her.
I know. She was very excited to talk to me, I gotta say.
As she should be. And you have bangs now. Bang, bang.
I do. And you know what?
Yeah.
When I got my bangs, you were one of the first people to reach out to me about this big moment in my life. But you were there for the first time I had bangs.
I was.
And you would make me smile a certain way because you said it made me look like Jennifer Love Hewitt every time. And I haven't done it since I got the bangs, I gotta say.
Really? Are you going to do it right now?
I'm feeling a little pressure, but I feel like I have to.
Okay, but do it full out.
Okay, it's kind of just the Miranda smile, though.
Well.
Do I look like Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yeah. It is the Miranda smile.
It is kind of. It's just like all I have to do is tilt my head.
Right. I mean, I was going to say. It's just the tilt of the head.
I don't know. There's this one specific photo that you would always refer to. But anyway, hi. This isn't about Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's about you.
No, let's talk more about Jennifer. What's she up to?
She's doing great, I think. I would assume. I've never looked into her. I have no idea.
I know. I don't care about her. What are you doing?
I'm just here talking to you. The show's been amazing.
It's so fun, right? I'm sweating. I'm sweating like a pig because I'm usually, in charge.
Yeah.
And Ruby's done such an incredible job.
I know.
Ruby, you've done an incredible job.
Thank you, Jim. You're doing great.
But
Thank you. Thank you.
Look how we know where to look. Hi. Got a little Brady Bunchy there. Colleen, you're like a cast party epic story. I mean, you're
because of you, my darling.
No, we don't need to talk about that. I just want to say when we talk about the hit.
Oh gosh.
Wow, that's a pretty couple.
Your face says it all.
Yes.
Like that's how I feel like you feel about our friendship. I don't know how I've managed to stay friends with you for so long after how much I've tortured you with that.
No, look at that.
But truly, Cast Party means so much to me. So the second I heard about this, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, anything I can do, tell me I want to do this. I want to be a part of it in any way. So I'm just happy to be here. Cast Party is amazing. And I'm so glad that you figured out a way to keep it going, even in this weird time of life that is the worst time of life. Because you're bringing smiles to so many people when they feel like they can't smile. And that just means so much to everyone, and me included. I think it's amazing. You gave me an opportunity to perform when I thought it wasn't possible, over 10 years ago, and you're still doing that even in the middle of a pandemic. So this is just amazing. And I'm so grateful for you and what you bring to so many people. You're just the best.
Come on.
Colleen, do you have a favorite cast?
You're being too nice.
Oh, sorry, Jim. Do you have a favorite?
No, interrupt him, Ruby, please. Always.
Okay, Jim. Sorry. Do you have a favorite cast party memory? A favorite moment at Birdland?
The thing is, there are so many memories. It's impossible to pick one because there are just so many. Yeah. Could you imagine if I was outside your door? That would be terrifying.
You flew here just for this.
Yeah, I'm here. I redecorated your lobby.
It's pretty.
My favorite cast party moment, there are so many wonderful ones, but honestly, my favorite moments were after cast party, hanging out with Jim and just, having him become one of my favorite humans and friends and mentors in my life. So, I got to watch him create this amazing show that would help people's dreams come true in Manhattan. And it was so magical. And then, at night we'd go out and we'd have milkshakes, which didn't work well with our tummies. And we'd have to say goodnight earlier than we'd want to because we'd have to leave. But it was...
We spent more nights walking around the theater district looking for something to do after we would eat at 5 Napkin Burger.
Yeah.
Then we'd walk. I'd show Colleen where Ted Hooks backstage once was. She finally said, you've shown me that like 7 times.
Yeah.
Am I becoming that person that's repeating themselves?
Yeah.
We just walked around New York looking for fun.
We would, and the fun was, we'd never find anything to go do, but the fun was just walking around, kind of like people watching and talking. And it was just so fun. I have so many wonderful memories with you, but anytime I've been at Cast Party has been incredible. I'm obviously, you can always find incredible stars there. Like you can randomly one night, some huge celebrity will walk in and sing a song, but those were never my favorite moments. It was usually the ones that were like, how did they get here? Why are they here? And
why are they here?
More than I like anything else. I'm very confused.
Well, this comes from the woman.
But I want to just watch this for hours.
Well, but that comes from the woman that created Miranda Sings.
Right. Well, it's research for me.
Well, right. Speaking of Miranda Sings, I was doing some internet digging prior to the show and looking up photos from all the different shows you've done at Birdland. And I just want to show this one in particular because I just, how can
Yes, of course.
What is happening here?
That is high art.
I'm obviously the head of a baby in a baby crib, Ruby. I don't know how you are curious about what is happening when it's very obvious what is happening. Birdland and Cast Party, that stage is where I created so many of my bits that ended up in my Netflix special, that ended up in, the comedy special and my, Netflix show, Haters Back Off. And I've toured the world with stuff that I created at Birdland and with Jim and at Cast Party. And that was one of those things I don't know how it came about, but I wanted to rip the head off a baby and be the head of it. And I needed to make a crib. And so I think I used just cardboard and made a crib that fell apart, and I ended up just giving it to a fan of mine after a show. I was like, this is trash and it's going to take up room in my suitcase, so just take this.
And that's on display in somebody's bedroom right now.
I hope not.
Proudly. In fact, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I still have it.
Outside your door, Jim.
Yes, outside your house, Jim, is Cher and the girl who has that crib.
It's Cher holding that up. I'll never forget your first performance at Birdland because you said, I think this is over. Mm-hmm. I think this Miranda thing is over. And that was like a year into it, or
not even. I guess I've been doing Miranda for a year, but it was only popular for popular back then. It's different than what it means now, but for like a month at that point.
Right.
And you had reached out to me and said, if you're ever in New York, come perform at Cast Party. And I said, oh, I'm going to be there. And I was not going to be there. And I just flew there to do Cast Party because I thought it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it was. And so I went, and I really did think like that was going to be the best week of my life and the most monumental, biggest thing I would ever do with my life. And, somehow my career kept going after that. But that week, Jim, I feel like I've probably told you this, but maybe I haven't. Right before I went on stage that first time, I realized like, I've never done this in front of people. I've only ever done this in my bedroom alone. And I don't know what I'm doing. And I got so nervous. I started dry heaving in that hallway at Birdland, am I going to vomit on the floor of this place and be like scrubbing up, my barf before I walk on stage? A voice lesson.
That's a beautiful story, though.
I was so nervous. I just got petrified because I made the realization I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing.
You had done these videos in your bedroom.
Right.
That's when I saw you. And Miranda was very different then.
Yes.
I mean, she was, I would say she was a little more.
She's realistic.
Yes, she was kind of real. Like, is there...
obnoxious.
Is there something wrong with her? Yeah.
She was just like, hey guys, yeah. So I'm gonna sing a song. It was more like just to kind of you want to smack her. It's like, stop that. Just what is wrong with you? And it's obviously changed and grown a lot over the years into whatever it is now. But yeah, back then it was much more believable, which is why it became a discussion for people and why it got popular at all.
Is she real? Is this for real? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you so excited to be back on the road soon? What's happening?
I'm dying, Jim. I'm dying to perform. So like you, I've had to figure out what the hell to do during a pandemic when touring was, my main job and my favorite thing to do. And it was my biggest passion and love. And I love doing YouTube and all that, all other fun stuff, but that was my main gig. And so, I eventually started doing live concerts from my living room, and I've only done 3, but they're so fun, and it's so much work because you're doing everything. You're doing, you two know how it is. Like, I mean, you are doing all of it. So I have all the sound equipment now, and I know how to do everything now. I know how to set up all the sound and all the cords and cables, and it takes like hours just to set up, plug all the things in the right holes, which I'm not good at apparently. But I'm figuring it out. But anyway, it's just so different. It is very fun, and I'm glad that there is a way to perform during all of this. But I'm sure you feel the same way. I'm just dying for this to be done so I can people.
But I never want this to end. I never want this thing to end, because I love this, because like you, I mean, you play huge theaters. You're playing Kennedy Center and some of the biggest theaters in the world. I'm not. However, at Birdland, we can seat 150 people, packed. On this show, the night you were on, we had 15,000 people watching.
Wow.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah. That's a lot for anyone, Jim. That's a lot of people.
Am I a YouTube star?
Yes. Jennifer Love Hewitt is here.
Well, speaking of YouTube star, Jim, can we say what we do literally every single Monday when we log on for sound check before the rest of the talent comes on? Okay,
nobody sees this.
Nobody sees this. Me and Jim log on.
We do this. That's how we start our evening.
Oh God!
So I think we should all 3 do it together.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Wait, I can't.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Jim, one more time. Ready?
Yeah.
You should start everyone like this. Hello? Hello? Morgan. That's how you should start the...
Colleen, I can't tell you how many guests have actually used their camera like that on Pajama Cast Party.
I believe it.
We should have done a montage. We have seen it all. I mean,
some people are brilliant with the at-home, conglomeration. Some, not as much.
It's hard.
We love them all equally, but it is sometimes like, is this on?
My favorite is when...
Yeah.
Like, that is my favorite.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, anyway, I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm so happy you guys have asked me to be a part of this. And Jim, you're just the freaking best. I want to know what your favorite moment has been of doing like Cast Party online. Separate, obviously this is such a different medium from what you do usually.
Yeah.
Jim, I have one, but you can go first.
I have to say,
I mean, besides me.
That goes without saying. And Robbie knocking on my door. That was a really good thing. There were a few. One, and it's sad because she just passed away. Mary Wilson from the Supremes was on a very early Cast Party, and her audio on her end went out.
Well, so she had pressed the mute button on her computer.
But she couldn't hear us. We could hear her. So somehow she figured that out from Ruby doing sign language and texting. And I mean, I don't know how it all happened. But she ended up interviewing herself, which was adorable. And she taught us the Stop in the Name of Love choreography. And she was so dear and so funny and game and good to go. She finally figured out what had happened because Ruby figured out how to tell her.
I called her live.
Then she sang a song called "Here's to Life,"
Wow.
which was just perfect, and
I have to go
especially,
watch that.
I mean, it's
That's
just great.
magical.
So it was one of those magical moments. I mean, there've been a lot, as you know. I mean, we just get a lot of magical moments from doing this.
Yeah. I actually, it's funny that you brought this up, Colleen, because I actually have a clip from my favorite Pajama Cast Party moment. I think everybody knows what it's going to be. Jim, you know what it's going to be. There were a couple months back. It was actually Kay Thompson's birthday. And
which nobody understands except like 3 people.
And Jim was wearing his AirPods that night. Notice we've switched to the cord headphones. Jim was talking about Kate Thompson. I was not on screen yet. And Jim double tapped his AirPods, which
because I said,
does.
Oh, I love the, you know.
And Kate Thompson started to play through his AirPods. Now, he thought I had done that. He thought that was a producer's cue and everybody could hear it. The only person who could hear it. And so I'd just like to play a clip for everybody. So
I cannot wait. I'm so sad I didn't see this live.
So that we can reminisce. I think this is episode 31. So let's roll.
Oh my God.
She was extraordinary. She wrote, what's happening?
Jim, what is going on?
What's happening?
You tell me. I don't hear anything other than you dancing in silence.
That's the best clip ever. That's amazing.
And how cool I think I look. That's the really sad thing is I think I look so cool doing it.
So good.
It's like
My
such
favorite
bad.
is this.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's wonderful.
That will never not be funny to me. Like ever. I couldn't pull myself together for the rest of the night. And I think honestly in total Jimmy and my mother have maybe watched that 30 times together. So
that is magical. I love it. And you should just put that on repeat for like an hour straight and upload that to YouTube.
Oh,
my favorite is what's happening.
What's happening?
Well, Colleen, I can't thank you enough for. I can't thank you enough
so
for
much.
coming on.
And I love. Oh, you guys follow her. Everybody follows you anyway. Like you need me to tell people to.
Oh come on, no, I do.
However, I do because 3 billion isn't quite enough.
No.
How many is it now?
I don't know. 7 dozen. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't.
Don't lie to me, Missy.
I don't know how many it is, but I just want to say thank you and everyone. Please donate. Do it. Donate. Let's make it the biggest night ever for Mr. Jim Caruso here. Do it. Tip and donate all the dollars. Dozens of them.
You're the best. I'm gonna see you momentarily on Instagram with your beautiful baby and your handsome husband, I love your whole family.
I like them too. They're great. And I can't wait to travel again and hopefully see you someday.
Yes.
Nice. And we can wander around Hell's Kitchen together.
After a milkshake. Yeah.
All right. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, Colleen Ballinger.
Bye, guys.